not as dead as we thought you'd be. Surprise.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for 10 ways the Percy Jackson TV show gets the source material right.
Hey, baby!
Say it.
Number 10. Character ages. In the books and the show, the main characters are all meant to be about 12 years old.
Boys,
Yeah, I'm actually 24.
hold on, please.
This is with the exception of Grover, who in the books is 28, making him 14, since satyrs age twice as slowly as humans. In the show, he's now 24, so he matches Percy and Annabeth. The ages being way off was one of the main issues people took with the movies.
I'm not gonna grow a fishtail or gills or anything like that, am I?
Not likely.
While Logan Lerman was 17 during filming, Brandon T. Jackson and Alexandra Daddario were both in their mid-20s.
I can explain.
No, you can't.
Though the show's cast is slightly older, with Walker Scobell being 14 during filming, they're far more book accurate.
Are you stalking me, Annabeth?
Yes.
Number 9. Personalities. Similar to the ages of the characters, their personalities are also better realized in the show.
Well, she seems nice.
Aries kids, they come by it honestly.
Part of this comes from the show having way more screen time for everybody, while the movie condensed a lot of events into a 2-hour runtime. While Lerman's version of Percy definitely shone, Annabeth and Grover were absolutely done dirty, with Annabeth in particular getting very little character development.
I get the sense that you don't like me very much.
It's possible.
In the show, we see them getting along and seeming like real friends, and Grover becomes the heart of the story, as he should be.
Oh golly, the road's getting bumpy cause I got me some friends who just can't get along, oh dear.
Aryan Simhadri does a standout performance as everybody's favorite satyr, with the main trio all being integral to the story. Number 8. Orange shirts. This one seems minor, but to longtime Percy Jackson fans, the fact that the movie didn't have the iconic orange Camp Half-Blood t-shirts was blasphemy.
This is a sacred valley, Percy.
That's why the orange tees were front and center in the marketing for the Disney Plus show, as a symbol of just how seriously Disney was taking its mandate to adapt this sprawling book series.
Great care was taken to bring you here, and great sacrifice.
Of course, this largely means that Disney can make and then sell the shirts as merchandise, but everybody who grew up with these books dreamed of the day they'd be claimed by a god and taken to Camp Half-Blood.
Demigods have always fought for glory. They used to call it Kleos.
And part of that fantasy is those goofy orange shirts, which apparently took 20 attempts from the costume department to get the color just right. Number 7. Technology.
Check this out. Good idea.
The first book in Rick Riordan's entire series, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, was written back in 2005, only a little before kids of all ages had all manner of smartphones and gadgets at their disposal.
You make a wonderful addition to my collection.
The movie appeared 5 years later and included a slew of bizarre references to modern tech. We have Percy rocking those classic wired Apple headphones, him using the mirror on the back of his iPod Touch to see Medusa, and Luke having modern video games set up in his cabin.
Welcome to the modern world.
Cool.
The TV show is a lot more vague with its setting, but we don't see any of the trappings of modern life on display, which means it'll age better, not worse. Number 6. Driving. In the movie, the main characters drive throughout most of their cross-country journey, only appearing on a bus in one small scene.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Now that's how you get out of a casino! That's how you drive!
Of course. Now that all makes sense.
Since they're all 16 or 17, it makes sense that they'd be able to drive. But in the book and the show, they're way too young, which leads to a lot of creative problem solving when they take trains, buses, and even hitchhike in the back of a Kindness International truck.
How hard could this be?
My fault. That was me.
When they're given the chance to borrow Hermes' cab, they struggle to get it going. This all adds to the fun of seeing these characters travel all the way across the US, from upstate New York to LA.
If this is so important, why didn't Chiron spring for plane tickets? This seems kind of low priority, doesn't it?
Number 5. No inappropriate jokes.
I'll take very good care of him.
Unfortunately, the characters being older in the movie didn't only lead to the plot convenience of them being able to drive a truck across the country. It also led to a barrage of not-safe-for-work jokes, largely centered on Grover.
Ooh, the daughters of Aphrodite. Okay, all right, guys, you guys got a lot of catching up to do.
He pursues the daughters of Aphrodite, makes risque jokes about Medusa, even after her head has been severed, gets waylaid by women at the Lotus Casino, and flirts with Persephone.
Dude, we heading to the chapel. We getting married.
Romantic.
No.
This was all deeply bizarre, and completely against the spirit of the books and their cast of preteens. All of this is thankfully completely gone in the Disney version, and it's all the better for it. Number 4. Percy getting claimed.
You haven't been claimed, Percy.
Well, when do I get claimed?
Well, the gods reveal their design in their own time.
In all 3 versions of the story, we see Percy using his powers right from the beginning, though he doesn't know that's what he's doing. The movie opens with Lerman holding his breath for 10 minutes, while the book and the show have Percy accidentally attacking Nancy and then Clarice with water.
Percy?
But what makes this different is that, in the movie, they realize that Percy is a son of Poseidon right away, while in the book and show, they don't work it out until Percy is claimed at the end of Capture the Flag. This is a landmark moment because it's proof that Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades have broken their vow not to father more children.
Your dad's calling.
Number 3. Hephestus. The nature of adapting any book for the screen means that certain characters are going to be left out. And that's the beauty of seeing Percy Jackson now turned into a TV show.
You really don't want to start with this guy.
He's starting with me.
Percy, the D is for Dionysus. That's Dionysus.
Dionysus, a camp counselor and the god of wine, was completely absent in the movie, but he returns in the series. Another notable absence from the movie who appears in the show is Hephaestus, who sets a trap designed to catch Ares.
I'm not leaving without my friend.
Yeah, that isn't really how it works. It's kind of a one-way sort of thing.
Annabeth is able to appeal to Hephaestus' better nature, as he's one of the few gods who has one, to free Percy. And of course, Timothy Odmanson steals the scene. In real life, Odmanson's daughters are fans of the series, which is why he took the role.
Some of us don't like being that way either. You're a good kid, Annabeth.
Number 2. The Pearls.
Each will provide one of you safe passage back from the underworld.
Poseidon's pearls are very important to the plot because they're the mechanism by which the characters can escape from the underworld. But the movie changed all of this. Instead of being Poseidon's pearls, they're Persephone's pearls, even though Persephone, goddess of spring, has nothing to do with pearls.
This is a map to Persephone's pearls.
Persephone? You mean Hades' wife?
The characters also spend most of the movie tracking down these pearls, as opposed to doing what they're meant to be doing and finding the Master Bolt.
She keeps pearls hidden for them all over the world, and these pearls, they provide a quick escape from the underworld.
The show restores the pearls' origin, as Percy is given them by Nereid, a sea nymph. But interestingly, the show gives him 4 pearls instead of the original 3, in a surprising twist.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. It's not rushed. The big problem with the movie adaptation is that they have a lot of plot to get through and not a lot of time to do it.
Hang on to that. It is a mighty instrument.
Percy Jackson is not a series that lends itself to the big screen because it's got so many iconic scenes and a lot of world building to establish. Finally, though, it's done justice by the show, which has perfect pacing and doesn't rush through any of the big story beats we want to see.
Does she think she's in charge?
Who do you think would be in charge?
I guess I assumed we'd do show of hands or something.
There's time to see the characters develop and to introduce lore elements that in the books don't appear until later. Thalia Grace being turned into a tree, for example.
Before camp, I was on the road. Me and a forbidden kid I met along the way. Her name is Thalia.
We can't wait to see the other books get the same treatment. Let us know what your favorite moment in The Lightning Thief is in the comments.
It's a pleasure to meet you, son of Poseidon. I'm Medusa.
Do you agree with our picks? check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.